Their house is a museum. When people come to see 'em, they really are a scream. The Addams Family.
Neat. Sweet. Petite.
So get a witch's shawl on, a broomstick you can crawl on. We're gonna pay a call on the Addams Family.
Hello everybody, Choco Turkey here. Happy Halloween to you all, and welcome to the Day in History, Halloween. Yeah, revamped edition. Let's do this. So, happy Halloween everyone. You may know this holiday as a day where you get candy, but it always wasn't like that. Halloween dates back to the Celtic farming festival, which was called Samhain. The holiday marked the end of their harvesting season and basically signaled the beginning of winter, you know? So, basically, if the crops that weren't harvested died because of the cold, so the farmers believed this, around this time, was a day where spirits could rise from the dead and they could communicate with them. So basically, the Celtic people would dress in disguise, you know, to ward off any of these dead spirits. You know, they're protecting their land, yeah, for the winter. But the Christian church had to get into this. So in around the 8th century, the Christian church, led by Pope Gregory VIII, declared November 1st to be All Saints' Day. The night before that would be Hallows' Eve, aka Halloween. But during the medieval period, this is where it actually gets closer to the current tradition. Children and poor people would practice what we now call souling, where they went door to door asking for food. They didn't really have candy, so just food and money in exchange for prayers honoring the person's dead loved ones and to help them get into the next life. However, throughout the ages, of course, Halloween, as it does, always changes. During the mid-19th century, aka the 1850s, the Irish and Scottish obviously were one of the biggest races to go to America to immigrate, because obviously the Irish potato famine and the war in Europe. But with them, they brought the old Celtic and Christian traditions of what Hallows' Eve. Obviously, that got into North America, and it started to actually become a pretty big thing. Souling itself, which was explained earlier, actually lasted a really, really long time, about 700 years to be exact. It actually ended up in the 1930s, which was only about 80 years ago. So basically, about 80 years ago, people were still doing something that dated back to medieval times. Pretty cool, right? But basically, souling eventually died out as a way to celebrate Hallows' Eve. So basically, in Scotland and Ireland, children started going door to door disguised in costumes for food or coins, or in this case, candy. And now we are getting closer to our traditional Halloween custom. And by the early 1940s, trick-or-treating was a popular thing in the United States. Every child was doing it. It became the next big thing. It basically succeeded souling. It's as known as in Latin American colonies, Dia de Muertos, aka Day of the Dead. It's particularly celebrated in Mexico, where the day is a public holiday. This consists of All Saints' Eve, All Saints' Day, and All Souls' Day, basically from October 31st to November 2nd. They basically celebrate the dead, and they give gifts, and they do have parades. One of the most actually interesting parts to me is that food is both eaten by living people, and some of it are given to the spirits of their departed ancestors. So that's just something to think about there, because they celebrate that as a national holiday. But anyway, that's besides the point. Obviously, Halloween, or All Hallows' Eve, depending on how you look at it, or Day of the Dead, they're basically all one central idea, originating from Celtic origins. The Christian church adopted it, brought it over to North America with the Irish and Scottish, and it basically evolved to what it is today, a central idea that is known for many different celebrations in different countries, such as the United States, and Mexico, and even in this case, Peru, for some reason. But anyway, that's just a little today in history. I'm trying to make this revamped. Leave a like if you guys liked it, because I'm just curious on how this one improves on the other ones. But as always, have a happy Halloween. Don't eat too much candy. Well, get a lot of candy, but don't eat too much as to where you get sick. Choco Turkey out, and remember there's no video this Friday, so until next time, happy October everyone. Choco Turkey out.